So today we're going to take a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. We're now on episode 42 of the series, and in the last episode we saw our daily mag corrupted as usual. We saw Colombia switch over into a full democracy. I explained the peace treaty of World War II, and we also saw the Antarctic Treaty happen. Yeah, not a very eventful episode, but it's for our explanation, basically. Now let's get into the actual meat of this episode. Yeah. Now, first of all, I'm kind of making a new layer. It's an ethnicity layer, separate from the religion layer. And it's not really complete yet. It's a work in progress, but I think I'll complete it after this episode. But the main thing that I want to talk about is Catalonia. And the Catalan ethnicity is more of this region. And over here, in the rest of their country, have a wombo combo of lots of ethnicities. Alright, to better demonstrate it, I'll do that so you can better see it. So, in the ethnicity that Catalonia is like kind of has a bunch of things going on, and from history, you know that a bunch of ethnicities being mishmashed into one country abomination doesn't really sit out that well, and that's gonna be shown here. As some rebellions are going, ethnical rebellions are going to form up here in Catalonia, going to form an ethno state of some kind relating to their ethnicity. And this one over here has a lot of support in these areas, so they'll swiftly take up a bunch of this area over here, and down here it does the same. And these ethno-state countries, they acknowledge that we have different ethnicities, but if we work together, we'll have a higher chance of getting independence. Why I have to say like that, independence? Weird. But yeah, this just shows that the Catalan government wasn't really prepared to assimilate this land, as they didn't do it very well, and that's kind of caused the Catalans to surrender and to not lose as much land. Now let's take a look at this peace treaty now. And in this peace treaty, we see that a new country forms out of Catalonia, centered around the yellow Sardinian ethnicity, while the other rebellion just decided to join up with Galicia as they think that they would be better off with them and like just as their own thing. So that's why that happens. And Catalonia is heavily reduced, but I don't think they mind because they kind of like controlling only their ethnicity. Like the great powers getting them like that much land, and Catalonia was like, can I not? No. You're gonna get it, and you're gonna like it. So yeah, everyone is happy in the end. Now let's talk about Norway. Sure, they won World War II, but they don't really feel like they kind of won, because they got some great instability from their colonies, as they put in so much effort that in the war to hold out in Africa, and they kind of feel as if they are underappreciated. And Norway is like, maybe I could give you guys some independence. And these guys are like, yeah, that's a great idea, please. And Norway's like, oh boy, what have I done? So now Norway's gonna get some areas in their African colony independence. And in the end, these are the new countries that come out of of the Norwegian colony. We have a bluish Rwandan DRC Congan country here. We have an we have a Cameroon country here, and this would be a Chad country. Yeah, that's Chad. And yeah, about decolonization, Wales isn't safe either. After their adventures with Kenya, Wales doesn't really find a need for the upper parts of this colony, as lots of their resources here were expended on the war with Kenya, since Prussia was heavily supplying them. So, the Welsh are just gonna let go of the Tanzanian area altogether, which is definitely not gonna inspire some other ideas down here. Foreshadowing. And we say hello to 3 new countries over here. Uganda, northern Tanzania, and southern Tanzania. For some reason, I really like the shape of these countries, especially this one. I like it for some reason. I don't know. But yeah, that'll be it for the decolonization of Africa. That doesn't mean we aren't gonna do decolonization in North America. Well, kind of. This is gonna be more of giving some land away. What do I mean by that? Since Norway is gonna give this one province over to Alaska, because I don't know, you guys make up a reason why Norway gives up this province. I can't think of a reason. I just knew I wanted to do this episode, so yeah. You guys leave that to that. And Norway is gonna completely decolonize their North American territory as they feel out of having a colony where there are mostly new countries would make them look a bit bad for their image. So they're just gonna let all of this North American colony, including Iceland, away. And now let's see how it's gonna be divvied up. And in the end, the decolonization looks like this, with Iceland owning all of Greenland, and a new Quebecan country, a bluish country over here, and a New Brunswick country, and a northern Canadian country. No one lives here, I can tell you that much. No one lives here. But yeah, that's it for decolonization this episode. Now let's move on to the fun stuff, the actual stuff you're here for. Map changes and wars. Something interesting is gonna happen over here in the Persian area. Conveniently enough, these two countries are gonna make a defense pact. Basically, one has to defend the other, or if one is attacked. And to represent that, there's going to be a blue shield between these two countries. But something bad is going to happen, as like 2 days after this contract is signed, and it's made public, the leader of Persia, who kind of had like, for some reason he didn't get the memo that these two countries were like having an affair of sorts with their defense pact. So Persia thinks, well, I guess he could expand right about now. Yeah, let's invade the southern Azeri country. And now they're going to invade this country. And then Turkmenistan is like, dude, I'm standing right here. And Persia's like, oh, okay, this is a simple misunderstanding. We just didn't know that that's how defense pact. And okay, oh, hey, wait, stop this. And the Turkish Union isn't a big fan of this about Persia invading one of the members of their economical alliance, and the Turkish Union is gonna be like, really, dude, really? I mean, like, really? Ah, come on. I thought you were better than this. Persia's like, all right, that's it. I'm going in. And Persia's like, whoa, we can talk about this, right? We can talk about this, right? And the Turkish Union is like, sorry, buddy, that ship has sailed. And now Turkish Union troops march on into this mountainous area. Let's ignore that. And there are lots of mountains here. Please, yeah, let's ignore that. Actually, let me check. Like, I'm pretty sure there are mountains here, but let's be sure. Okay, there are definitely mountains here. I'm pretty sure the border of these two countries is the mountain, and so I'm pretty sure it's past that at this point. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look like an idiot if I am, but I'm pretty sure the Turkish Union is already past the major part of the mountains. And with the Turkish Union happening, they're gonna send some troops over here to help deal with this country's front. And the Turkish Union cuts the Persians off here, invading into former Azeri territory. All of this used to be part of Azerbaijan, and then World War I happened. And India's like, whoa, see, this Persia's a big trading partner of ours, so could you like not? Well, I gotta stick up for my alliance member. Persia was just disrespecting him. And he's like, oh, you could have solved it peacefully, talks. We tried that. And then he's like, oh, all right, just shut up, India, just shut up. And India didn't like that very much. So, you wanna know what they're gonna do? They are going to send their own forces into Persia to try and help them out here. And with that happening, the front over here reaches to the bottom of the Caspian Sea. But with the influx of Indian troops, it's forced to slow down. And I guess you could call this a kind of proxy war. That's not really, as we're not really in the Cold War yet. But it is coming. The Cold War is very soon. We just gotta get through the post-World War II period and a certain period coming right up, and then we'll be at the Cold War. So yeah, Cold War coming soon. Probably like in the less of the next 10 episodes, maybe. Like the Cold War starts like around that episode 50 type stuff. I'll figure it out. But the Indian troops, India isn't sending enough to protect the country from the Turkish Union forces, and as the Turkish Union forms a spearhead over to the capital and captures it, and India is like, oh my god, why are you so incompetent? We're sorry, okay? And the Turkish Union sends some special forces through the mountains and to get this major city. But it's like smooth sailing from here as we've entered the plains of Iran. And they meet up with the Turkmenistan forces over here, completely encircling and capitulating this area. And India's like, oh, well, since we can't save you, we're gonna save as much of your country from you as we can. And Persia's like, what's that supposed to mean? Well, sorry, but not sorry since you're so incompetent that not even and I can bail you out of this. And Persia's like, bruh, I hate you too. And with India cutting off the coastline of Persia, which is 1 pixel, I believe. Yeah, check it out. It's 1 pixel. Yeah, with this major city and India and Turkish Union forces meeting up, the Persians capitulate over to the outside. And this was a very interesting war, which will kind of lead into a future era. This war is very important as it sets up the groundwork for a future era. I'm not going to reveal what era that is, but you've probably already figured it out by now. But yeah, let's take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, Persia gets nerfed a whole lot. Turkmenistan's borders are square. The Grey Azeris expand a bit along the coast, and India and the Turkish Union get their fair share of belt to Persia, as they kind of get a lot of this land to teach Persia a lesson to, not be the most incompetent country ever. Everyone laugh at Persia. Done? Okay. Now, while the Persian War was happening, Arabia was like, well, India's gonna be too focused that we're probably just gonna be able to do this with no problem. And Arabia invades Oman, and with little support from India, they're trying as hard as they can, but they're kind of focused with the whole Persia thing. The Arabians managed to capture their capital, and they completely lose. And I don't think I need to even cut the recording for the peace treaty, because you already know what's gonna look like. Because you know me, and you know Arabia. They're probably one of the most expansionist nations ever to exist in my WICSO. So, yeah, in this peace treaty, the Omanis are fully annexed, and India is like, India is not having a great day today. And the Indian government is starting the people are starting to think that they're a bit weak to do stuff. And that might come into play later on in this video. That's all I'll say about that. Now let's move on. Oh, and by the way, Persia does stay in India's economical alliance, as with the rump state that Persia is in now, they have to rely on it or else they're cooked. So yeah, Persia is not having a good day. Nor is India, and we'll get to that later. Now, in our daily Madagascar update, the gold country is going to invade into the lime country, and they're going to find their coastal areas, and the lime country is like, we can deal with this, and the gold team is like, are you sure? As now the purple team joins in on this one and captures their capital real quickly, and in the end, and the green team fully capitulates. And you wanna know why this happened? As the weirdly enough, the lime team sent some bandit over to the gold team to steal some sacred temple thing to show it in an antique collection. It's really weird. Gold team was not having any of that. And so they worked out a plan with the purple team, and now let's take a look at this peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, the purple team gets the western half of the green country, and the gold country gets the eastern half. And you might wonder, why did I change the colors? Because this green just looked better, okay? I can't explain myself every time. And yeah, that's not actually gonna be the end of this video yet, as there are two things I want to talk about. As the Alaskan country, after all this while, is finally going to invade the rest of the Olympian country and fully take them out. It's not like I'm just suddenly doing this out of nowhere because this country looked horrible on the map after I did the World War II peace treaty. No. And Mexico is like, bruh, uncool. They were in our economical alliance. How about next time you back off? And Alaska's like, huh, good one. Nice joke. Mexico's like, the last event of this video is that at India, you know how they kind of took hold of like the world stock market and stuff? Well, with the disaster in Persia and in Oman, the people of India overthrow their leader and install a new guy. And the new guy is horrible at his job. It's questioned to this day how he got into office, but in the end, he does a horrible job at fixing the world economy. And even worse, he runs it into the ground. And the economy was already starting to go down, and this guy just amplified it by times 10. Which brings us into the Great Depression of this timeline. Yeah, that's not very fun. This may or may not be the era I was talking about. So yeah, welcome to the Great Depression. It will not be fun at all. And yeah, well, it won't be fun for the actual countries involved in it. You guys will be fine. I'll probably get more entertainment, but yeah, that's what's happening. And yeah, Great Depression, not fun at all. And yeah, that'll stink. But yeah, that'll do it for today's episode of What If Civilization Started Over. Please leave a like and subscribe, smash the notification bell, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the flip side. Bye-bye. See you on episode 43.